Today, let's go straight to the third reason why people procrastinate, and that is helplessness. Now, sometimes we have tasks that eat into a chunk of our goals. I mean, it's a big one, it's a major one. And then looking at it, you suddenly feel helpless in the face of it. You look at what you have to do and you look at yourself, and then you just can't seem to move. You're frozen in spot. Not because you are not clear about what has to be done, not because it is not part of the things you need to do to hit your life's goals, but because looking at that task and looking at the resources required, you are faced with the reality that you are unskilled. You don't have enough skills or resources to achieve the task at hand. Now, this reason is one that you need to handle with a lot of care. In the first place, because it is possible that it is a valid reason. In the second place, it is possible that it is the state of your mind or a lack of self-confidence. So the solution I would prefer to this reason is going to be split both in two different ways. In the first place, if your helplessness that is causing you to delay taking action on that task is as a result of your mental state of well-being or your perception of yourself, and not necessarily because of the level of skill you have, I would say this. What you need to do is spend some time with yourself, ruminating over your past successes. You call forth memories of things you had to face or tackle that you were not really equipped to face, but that you conquered. Now, thinking about that, there'll be a feeling of pride, a feeling of a sense of, I can do this, coming to you. Now, what you do when that feeling hits its peak is that you face your task headlong and then go ahead to prove to yourself that the same you that did it before, even with a lesser task or a less important task, is still the same you, and you can make it happen. Now, if genuinely you are not so sure of your skills vis-a-vis the task at hand, what you need to do is take this task and break it down. No matter how Herculean the task is, when it is broken down into bits, you will still find things you can do with the resources you have now. If you remember yesterday's video, I was saying that start with what you have where you are. Do a breakdown and find out which parts of this task can I tackle now at my current skill level and with the resources I have at present. Then you begin to strike off different parts of the task until you are able to do the whole. Now, while striking off, of course, when you have broken it down, you might have discovered parts that you are not skilled enough to tackle. Well, there are crash courses everywhere. What you need to do once you have broken it into parts you can do now and parts you need to defer till you acquire enough skills to handle it. What you now need to do is find a way to skill up. I mean, life is not life until you grow into the person you want to be. And a part of growing into the person you want to be is learning, becoming a better you on a daily basis. So if this task cannot be done all at once, do the ones you can now and then plan to skill up to finish up what you have started. Now, more than that, there's this universal tip that always works, and that is ask for help. I mean, nobody, absolutely nobody in the world would be able to pass through life depending only on himself. We are all interdependent beings, and that's why we are not beings that can exist in isolation. So, once you've broken down your tasks into the things you can handle and the things you can't, if it is not something you can skill up to do, then ask for help with the parts you cannot handle. Trust me, that help that we provide to ourselves, mutual support, is what makes the world go round. So be prepared. I mean, the glory does not get less because it's shared, okay? So if there's a task you can't handle by yourself, do not let anything stop you from asking for help. Okay? Yeah, so that's how to handle helplessness. If it is a feeling, walk yourself into a place of feeling better about yourself by remembering the things you have handled before. If it is that you do not know what to do because you don't have enough skills, then plan to skill up. If you cannot skill up to finish off, then ask for help. With this, I hope I've been able to help somebody live better with themselves and stop that procrastination. We'll continue from here tomorrow. Thank you very much.